Hey there, my friends. How's everybody doing out there today? I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living, and welcome to another episode from my channel. I'm coming to you today on a gray, rainy hump day here in South Alabama. Drizzling outside, a little bit chilly, but hey, spring's about to be here, so it's all good. So today I want to talk about why people struggle on a raw vegan diet, and I'd like to invite you, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, to go down there and hit that subscribe button now and come back and check out some more episodes here on the channel. I was doing an interview this morning and they asked me what would be my main tip, my number one tip on this lifestyle, on this diet. And I didn't even have to think for a minute on that to come up with number one. I mean, there's a number of little things that are important, and there's a number of things that'll keep you from struggling. But I believe this 100%, in my opinion, to be the most crucial. And that is people struggle because they don't eat enough food. Let me say that again. So many people, a large majority of people struggle because they don't eat enough food. I likened it to using the same approach that we've done in the past when you've gone on a diet or when you've tried, just anything. Maybe you're not on a specific diet, but you're trying to lose weight, or you're on some kind of health kick and you're trying to get healthy. Most people and most diets and most methods of doing things are all about restriction, are all about, cutting things out, not eating enough. And this it leads to disaster, because if you are hungry all the time, listen, one thing I should make clear to anybody that's new to this channel or that's been around here and have not figured it out yet from me, I don't have willpower. I'm not doing none of this, what you see. Like it almost grates on my nerves if anybody ever asks me, like, or gives me a compliment like, you have such great willpower. How do you have the willpower to do this? I don't have the willpower to do this. I'm not doing this through discipline or willpower. I'm doing it because I eat all the time. And like I mentioned in this interview this morning, it was the first time in my life where I just found something where I can eat all the time. I don't have to sit around, let's say it's 10:30, 10:45 in the morning. I don't have to be hungry and sit there suffering going, oh God, I'm hungry, but I can't eat again until 12, 1 o'clock. I can eat anytime I want to, and I can eat all I want to. Why? Because I feel like I eat foods that we're designed to eat. And as I always say too, the cleaner you eat, the more you can eat. And I'm not just even talking about our appetite and being full when I'm talking about eating enough. There's also other ways that our needs aren't getting met if we're not eating enough food. Besides being hungry and besides like always thinking about food, if we're not eating enough, we're also not getting the nutrition we need, because especially on a plant-based diet, it's very important that we eat the amount of food that's necessary for our size and our activity level, not only to fuel our body and give us enough energy to move from our day to day, but also we need to get a certain amount of food to be able to get all the nutrients that we need. And just going one step beyond that, that's why I'm always talking about the variety. And T. Colin Campbell talks about this in the book Whole, which is a great book, is that instead of chasing nutrients every day and like all throughout the day going, oh, did I get my vitamin C? Did I get enough of this? Did I get enough of that? That if we will simply eat enough food, and we will eat a wide variety from all different colors, from different families, from fruits and vegetables and different types of vegetables, that we will get what we need. So there is zero reason, if you are hungry on this lifestyle, eat. And if you are staying hungry all the time, you're doing something wrong, and quite likely you're not going to sustain this long term. And there's also people struggle because they try to be perfect, and sometimes they try to go too raw, too perfect, too pure, too soon. That's why I always recommend, there's no shame in it. Transition to this lifestyle. Don't try to do something overnight if you're not ready for that. As I was telling my story again, which I've told on here many times, I went vegan pretty much overnight, but there's a but to that. I went vegan pretty much overnight once I started watching some videos and looking into what's this whole vegan plant-based thing about. But I had kind of transitioned for the previous 5 or 6 months without knowing I was transitioning, meaning that I had kind of started my journey of health. I wanted to repair my body, offset all the drinking that I had done throughout the years. So over the 6 months between me deciding to get healthy and actually arriving where I started learning about a raw vegan diet, I had transitioned without knowing it, because what had happened naturally was I was just slowly eliminating more and more animal products and having them less and less through the week. By the time I decided to go raw vegan, I was already down to eating meat like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I didn't drink milk. I used cheese maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I had eggs a few times a week. So to drop that last little bit was nothing. Now maybe to go raw overnight, I went high raw immediately. But once again, it's about what you're going to do long term. It's no great accomplishment if you get to a fully raw diet super quick, and in 6 months from now you're not even doing that. And you're not even eating vegan, not even eating plant-based anymore. That's why I don't stress the raw like crazy, because I think that at least be whole food plant-based. And if be fully raw, that's something else too. I don't want to discourage people from being fully raw. Sometimes just because I don't rave on and I'm not one of the raw is law type people, I never want to discourage anybody being fully raw. But I would rather you be salt, oil, sugar-free, whole food, plant-based vegan than eating the standard American diet. If you can get to that clean level of a whole food, plant-based diet, that next step onto raw, fully raw, however raw you want to go, is not going to be all that difficult. It's, once again, remember, it's not about raw, not raw, blah, blah, blah. It's about meeting your nutritional needs. So don't get it wrapped up. Just because I'm not going to preach the raw is law message here, I never want to discourage anybody about going raw vegan. And also, too, I think one of the big reasons people struggle is also kind of a next step from this is they get a little stubborn and it's like, nope, I can go raw vegan overnight, or they shoot for some level of purity that's just not really attainable or not sustainable, and it leads to this yo-yoing back and forth. And that's when the cleanses, the holy cleanses, come into effect. Let me clarify something about the cleanses too, even though I don't talk about them. I'm not into them. That's not my thing. A cleanse, a juice fast, whatever, is not going to hurt you. So do it if you want to. If you're of that mindset, or if you've watched other people that are telling you have to have that solid food vacation, I think is what it's called, or you need to do a juice fast or juice cleanse to get started, do it. Do it. That's not going to hurt you. There's nothing that's going to hurt you about it. But I want you to listen to this closely if that's the route you go. Do it, get it done. But after you get it done and after you start refeeding yourself and whatever other lingo they use, you're going to have to learn how to eat. You're going to have to learn how to eat. And here's the thing that I caution about the whole cleansing, fasting, blah, 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 back and forth, which leads to yo-yoing, is, okay, you do your solid food vacation, your juice fast. Why do you need to go back and forth? Because you have to learn how to eat. The reason people are always doing this, and they're doing one after the other, and they're doing one every 3 months or so, is because they never learn how to eat. And in between those fasts, they think they have to do those because they don't eat that well and they don't give themselves the nutrition they need on the day-to-day. So once again, we don't need to get into, I don't like to waste time online and YouTube and in social media and stuff arguing back and forth. Okay, do it. You believe in that fast, do it. But just make sure that you learn to eat at some point, and make sure at some point that you learn how to eat enough food and you meet all your nutritional needs. So it's not really all that complicated. And that back and forth yo-yoing between doing like an extreme cleanse, and then maybe you're okay for a month or two, and then you go back to eating garbage. So you're basically going from one extreme to another. You're trying to do all this purity and really cleansing stuff, and then eventually you get to a point of you're not even eating a clean version of a raw vegan diet. It just goes back and forth. And the proof is in the people that are doing those all the time. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, go to anybody you're connected to on social media and find that person you're connected to, or a group of people you're connected to that routinely do cleanses and fast, and they're always doing some little gimmicky thing like that. You just don't, I'm sorry, you just don't see health there. You see the people, you see big variations in weight. You see them, oh, they've put on a good bit of weight, and then they drop it, and they're always yo-yoing back and forth. Or you just don't see that health in their face. You don't see that clarity in their eyes. It's just, to me, it's another method, just like dieting. So like I said, if you're going to do it, do it for whatever length you're going to do whatever you're going to do in the beginning for that thing, and then learn how to eat, and then learn how to feed your body and give yourself the real nutrition you need. Anyhow, time to stop. I realize I'm just kind of repeating myself here, but anyhow, I hope those maybe give you a little bit of help. Hope you enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you here at the end of the week. Peace.